Hello students. Today we are going to start with our grammar topic Modal Auxiliaries. But before that we'll study or revise about what are auxiliary verbs. An auxiliary verb is a helper verb. A verb used in forming the tenses, moods and voices of the other verbs. Auxiliary verbs usually accompany a main verb. And which are the main verbs? Dance, write, eat, play, walk. Main verb means the action words. And the auxiliary verbs are helping verbs such as am, is, was, were, have, has, had, do, does, did, can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, ought to, dare, need, used to. These are all auxiliary verbs. But auxiliary verbs or helping verbs are divided into two parts: primary auxiliary verb and modal auxiliary verb, which is our today's topic. So, primary auxiliary verbs are to be, means the form of be. The form of be are am, is, are, was and were. Form of have, has and had. And the form of do, does and did. So these are the basic primary, that is primary auxiliary verbs. Now, which are the modals? Modal auxiliary verbs are can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, ought to, dare, need and used to. So these are the modal auxiliary verbs, and we are going to study about the modal auxiliary verb which are used before the main verb. Modal auxiliary verbs are used when we want to indicate our attitude towards what we are saying. Modal auxiliaries convey a variety of moods such as ability, permission, possibility, probability, assumption, advice, past habit, will, certainty, etc. So, modal auxiliary have a special characteristic that they convey moods. Okay, and which are those moods? I repeat again: ability, permission, possibility, probability, assumption, advice, past habit, will, and certainty. So, which are our modal verbs? So, modal verbs are might, must, shall, could, will, ought to, should, may, have to, dare, should, used to, and need. So these are all our auxiliary verbs. Can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, must, ought to, used to, need, and dare. Now let us see the characteristics of modal auxiliary verbs. They are never used alone like the main verb because they are helping verbs. Second, they are always used with the base form of verb. They are only used with the base form of verb, means the original word. You cannot add any other form to it like ing, ed. Can you add? No. They indicate the feelings or purpose in our minds. They have only one form. Same thing, right? We cannot add any ing to it or any ed or s to it. They do not have the infinitive or participle form. Can we add ing or to before the auxiliary verb or modal auxiliary? No. They have no s. Like, do they have s? Cans, musts. We cannot add those, right? They are used with all persons. So here I have a chart for you all. Now, modal auxiliary verbs, its uses or functions. Uses or functions and examples are given. Now, can be used as ability, possibility, informal, polite request or permission. So, can modal auxiliary can be used as ability, possibility, informal or polite request and for permission. See, look at the example. Ability. I can't swim. Okay. Can I borrow this ruler? A request. Permission. You can go to the party. So this is permission. So the same word is there, can, but how many functions are there? Ability, possibility, informal or polite, request. You can only remember what? Request. Keep mind in request, permission. I want you to learn this. This is very important, students. What are the functions of each modal auxiliary? Can, I want you to repeat after me. Can, ability, possibility, request, permission. So there are 4 functions or uses of can. Then could, request, certainty and suggestion. Could, repeat, could, request, certainty and suggestion. Here are the examples. Could you tell me the time? It's a request. Certain. She could be there by now. So it's certainty. Means we are not sure about it. Then next is suggestion. You could ring them. It's a suggestion. So could has 3 functions or uses. Request, certainty and suggestion. Now next modal is might. Here also might has certainty. Why are they? They might be at, where are they? They might be at the park. So might be. We don't know. We are not sure. So it is certainty. May. The next modal auxiliary is may. So may can be request, permission, certainty. May we come in? You may not speak during the test. She may not be in. The next modal auxiliary, should or ought to. Advice and deduction. Advice. You shouldn't smoke. You ought to go to the doctor. Means this is an advice. You should go to the doctor. You should arrive at 10. The next modal is must, obligation, prohibition. Prohibition means not allowed. Okay. And strong certainty. Let's see what must. Must has very strong power in it. I must do my tax returns. You mustn't drive on the right in the UK. He is not here today. He must be sick. Would. Same. Request, inquiry and preference. Would you like a drink? I would rather stay in tonight. Students are understanding? So these are the modal, the uses or the functions And examples. I have more examples for you all. Can. Let's see can. You can find same can, ability, suggestion, request. Okay. Then I want you to read all these examples very well. Understand them. Can't, could, may, might, must, have to. See, in these chart we have to also. Right? Read this carefully and try to understand it. Then we have will also. It's not there in this chart. Will also indicates future time. We will know the results tomorrow. It is not there in this chart, students. I am just reading out for you all, saying it. Won't you come in? It's a request. So will indicates future time, request and determination. I will get first class in this time. So will, that I will do it. So it has a strong determination. So students, here is the exercise for you all. I want you to do this exercise in your grammar notebook. The first exercise is circle the helping verbs. Now here I have just given you about the auxiliary verbs that are helping verbs. You have to just circle the right one. But I want you to write the whole sentence correctly. The answer should not be only circling, but you have to write the whole correct sentence. Same thing for the next chart. Circle the modal verbs in each sentence given below. The first one, example is already given there. I could find out my test score next week. So which is the modal there? Could. Second, he shall bring the food very soon. Which is the modal there? Shall. Okay. So I want you all to do this exercise. Next, here is another exercise. Fill in the blanks with the correct auxiliary, modal auxiliaries, sorry. So you have to write there. Now see, already the functions are given in the bracket. Possibility, permission, prohibition, advice, necessity. Right? So you have to keep in mind for possibility which words modal auxiliaries are there, and you have to put them. I will do 2 for you, but rest you have to do. They dash be away for the weekend, but I am not sure. So possibility. So which words come for possibility? So here the answer is might. They might be away for the weekends, but I am not sure. Got it? Next one. Permission. So permission, two auxiliaries are used. Can or may. Right? So let's see which one fits here. You dash leave now if you wish. You may leave now if you wish. Understood, students? I want you to do this exercise. Next is also same. Another exercise, and fill in the blanks with correct modal auxiliaries. Permission, formal request, advice, habitual action, and permission, determination, compulsion. So let's see. I'll do 2 or 3 for you all. First, we'll do second one. Right? Formal request. Dash you wait for few minutes more? Could you wait for few minutes more? Then habitual. We'll do the fourth one. He dash go regularly for a walk in his childhood. He would go regularly for a walk in his childhood. So students, I want you to do this exercise. I hope you have understood the whole topic. Thank you.